Assalamualaikum and welcome to my YouTube channel M for Mathematics. So today we are going to start a new chapter, direct and inverse proportion, and we are going to start the series in which we have discussed a new secondary mathematics book 2 and students course. Okay, so in this book we are going to study about the chapter 2, direct and inverse proportions. So right there they have mentioned that the boss of company is told that he need to complete a construction project in a shorter period of time. So right there we have basically assumed that all the workers work at the same rate. How many more workers does he need in order to complete the project on time? So right there basically they are talking about how many workers does the boss need to in order to complete the project on time. So the work assume that all the workers work at the same rate. So right there the important thing which we are discussing is the rate must be same. Okay, so let's see what are the objectives, what are the learning objectives of this. So the first objective is at the end of this chapter the students will be able to explain the concept of direct proportions using table. So students हम ये learn करेंगे कि हम कैसे tables को use करते हुए direct proportion, and the second one is we learn how to basically learn the concept of inverse proportion using tables. So how we interpret the inverse proportions using the tables, then we obviously we solve the problem related to direct and inverse proportions. So first let me discuss the concept of direct proportion. So now direct proportions. Before discussing this formula, let me explain this terminology to you. So whenever I am talking about direct proportion, so I can say that when one value x increases, other value y also increases or both decrease together. So मैं ये कहना चाह रही हूँ कि अब डायरेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन की जब हम बात करते हैं तो हमारे पास अगर एक वैल्यू या एक क्वांटिटी इंक्रीज़ हो रही है तो उसके साथ जो दूसरी होगी उसको वो भी इंक्रीज़ होगी. सो अगर एक डिक्रीज़ हो रही है तो ऑब्वियसली दूसरी भी डिक्रीज़ होगी. तो इस किस्म के प्रोपोर्शन को हम क्या कहेंगे? डायरेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन. सो नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट डायरेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन. सो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि अगर y डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है x के, सो स्टूडेंट्स दिस इज़ बेसिकली द सैम्बल फॉर y डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू x, और मैथमेटिकल नोटेशन आई कैन से दैट दिस इज़ व्हाट मैथमेटिकल notation for what? This is mathematical notation for y directly proportional to x. So now if it is directly proportional to x and I want to equate it, so the one thing which I have to do is I have to add some constant so that this y is exactly equal to this x. Now this k is considered as constant. अब I am talking about constant, so this means कि constant, the main idea of the constant is the value of k remain the same for any value of x1 or y1. Sorry, any value of x and y. So no matter what value of x and y, जो भी वैल्यू होती है x1 होता है, x2 होता है, x इज इक्वल टू 5 हो जाता है, y इज इक्वल टू 6 हो जाता है, अप टू सो ऑन, जो भी कोई वैल्यू होगी हमारे पास x की या y की, हमारे पास जो है वो k हमेशा कांस्टेंट ही रहेगा. या फिर अगर मैं एक और इसकी डेफिनेशन आपको देखूं कि हम बिकॉज इन द बिगिनिंग द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ द चैप्टर इज we learn direct and inverse proportion using the tables. So in direct proportion, when one quantity increases, other also increases in the same ratio. So main thing is the ratio remain the same. अब हम बात करते हैं, हमने कहा कि y directly proportional to x. यहाँ So y is equal to kx. So let me take two pairs x1 y1 and x2 y2. So y1 directly proportional to x1 and y2 directly proportional to x2. So y1 is equal to kx1 and y2 is equal to kx2. So now as their k is constant, so I can say that यहाँ ये multiply हो रहा है, यहाँ क्या हो जाएगा, divide हो जाएगा. So y1 divided by x1 is equal to k. This would be equation 1, and y2 divided by x2 is equal to k. This would be. Now look at the k. I have already told you that the k is the constant, means its value remains same no matter what. So now this would be both are equal to k, so both will be equal to each other. So y1 over x1 is equal to y2 over x2. और I can say that this x1 this x2 यहाँ ये डिवाइड हो रहा है, वहाँ जाके ये क्या हो जाएगा, मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगा. यहाँ ये मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है, यहाँ आके ये डिवाइड हो जाएगा. I get this terminology as well. So students, now we have discussed in the next definition that the same ratio. So look at here, the ratio y1 over x1, y2 over x2, the ratio is always same in every condition, no matter it is y3 over x3 or yn over xn. So n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to so on. N could be 0 as well. In that case, y naught divided by x naught is the basically values or pairs, y naught x naught. Sorry, x naught y naught. The pair would be x naught y naught. So now we have two methods to solve the problems. The first one is unitary method and next is proportion method. So student, when I am going to discuss about unitary method, so let me just discuss worked example 1. Look at this formula. We have already obtained this formula and I have give you a right and proper explanation about it. Okay, so this is what we have discussed in previous class. As it is obvious, you can read this note whose heading is attention, and as well information. These are important, so must read it. Okay, so now we have a worked example 1. If 6 kg of biscuits cost $27, calculate the cost of 13 kg of biscuits. So firstly we use unitary method. So look at in this method, firstly we have to identify that either it is direct or inverse proportion. Obviously we are discussing the basically section of direct proportion, so it is direct. But let me explain you, if one thing is increasing or one quantity is increasing and other is increasing as well, and if one is decreasing, other is decreasing as well, so such proportion is called direct proportion. Now look, 6 kg of biscuits cost is $27. So if biscuits are increased to 13 kg, obviously price would be increased. So yes, direct proportion. So now we have identified that which proportion it is. Now we are moving to the method 1, which is unitary method. So 6 kg of biscuit cost 27. We have to find, firstly we have to find the 1 kg of biscuit. So obviously $27 divided by 6 give us 1 kg of biscuit cost. So now we obviously, as we have got 1 kg of biscuit cost, we want to know about the 13 kg of biscuit cost. Obviously we multiply this by 13 and we have got the answer. Now method 2, proportion method. It is given in your book and I have already told you that we learn the concept using tables. Okay, so now let me just introduce the table to you, that it would be more easy and conceptual for you then. So now look, this is considered as table. Similarly, the in our book there is no table given, but obviously they have used the method using the table. So now proportion method, we have biscuits as we have given. If 6 kg of biscuits cost $27, so we write the biscuits and we write the cost. So we say that biscuits would be X and cost would be Y. So now we obviously take the pair X1 Y1 and X2 Y2. So 6 kg of biscuit have cost $27. Now we have to find the cost of 13 kg of biscuits. So obviously we can again use the basically direct proportion relation, how we introduce this and how we have got to this formula. So we just use this formula in that case. Now look, this is one way that you just use the formula. Another way is skip this pairs x1 y1 x2 y2 and do just one thing, that when you have to find something, so the arrow must be from downward to upward, and you do what, you write y2 first divided by y1, and then you know that this is basically as the cost, biscuit is 6 kg, then cost is $27. If biscuits increase, then obviously cost also increase, so it is direct proportion. So the arrow would be from downward to upward. So we have as I am saying that हम ये फॉर्मूला जो है वो स्किप कर रहे हैं. तो अब जब हम ये फॉर्मूला स्किप कर रहे हैं तो हमने एरो को देखना है. दोनों केसेस में एरोस को देखना है. हमने देखा एरो को, ये क्या है जी, ये हमारे पास डाउनवर्ड से अपवर्ड जा रहा है. हमेशा अननोन जो हमारे पास अननोन होगा उसका एरो डाउनवर्ड से अपवर्ड ही जाएगा. और अब जो हमारे पास दोनों वैल्यूज़ नोन है उसमें हमने देखना है कि हमारे पास रिलेशन डायरेक्ट का है या इन्वर्स का है. अब एक के इंक्रीज़ होने से दूसरी भी, एक इंक्रीज़ हो रही है दूसरी भी इंक्रीज़ हो रही है, एक डिक्रीज़ हो रही है दूसरी भी डिक्रीज़ हो रही है, तो क्या है, रिलेशन डायरेक्ट है. इसका मतलब ये भी एरो डाउनवर्ड टू अपवर्ड जाएगा. अब हम ये जो स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट होता है इसको हम ऊपर लिख लेते हैं, और जो एंडिंग होता है, जो एरो हेड होता है, वो उसको हम नीचे लिखते हैं. जैसे कि हमने लिख लिया यहाँ पे, इसको हमने y2 के लिए या हमने इसको x कह लिया लेट से, तो हमने क्या किया, y2 डिवाइडेड बाय 27 एंड 13 डिवाइडेड बाय 6. तो ये हमारे पास यहाँ डिवाइड हो रहा था, यहाँ आके मल्टीप्लाई हो गया, ये आ गया हमारे पास 3 2s are 6 and 3 9s are 27. अब हमने 13 इंटू 9 किया तो हमारे पास 117 आया. ऑब्वियसली अब हम इसे 13 इंटू 9, हमारे पास ये इम्प्रॉपर फ्रैक्शन है क्योंकि हमारे पास जो न्यूमरेटर है वो बड़ा है डिनोमिनेटर से. सो हम इसको प्रॉपर फ्रैक्शन में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. यहाँ हमने इसको प्रॉपर फ्रैक्शन में कन्वर्ट किया, देन हमारे पास प्राइस आ गई $58.5. सो अगेन मैंने क्या कहा था कि अगर एक इंक्रीज़ हो रही है तो दूसरी भी इंक्रीज़ होगी, अगर एक डिक्रीज़ हो रही है तो दूसरी भी डिक्रीज़ होगी. तो यहाँ इस प्रोपोर्शन को हम क्या कहते हैं, डायरेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन. और एक और चीज़ ये है कि रेशो सेम रहती है, कांस्टेंट बेसिकली के वुड बी सेम. तो लाइक इफ़ वी डिवाइड द कॉस्ट बाय बिस्किट्स, हम y ओवर x करें, यहाँ पर देखें हम y1 ओवर x1 करें, y2 ओवर x2 करें. तो मैंने पहले क्या किया, y1 ओवर x1, तो ये मेरे पास 4.5 आ गया. फिर मैंने y2 मेरे पास आ चुका था, मैंने उसको ओवर x2 किया, तो अगेन तो रेशो सेम आई है. तो इससे भी प्रूव हो गया कि ये क्या है, डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल का रिलेशन है. एंड द थिंग इज़ कि हमारे पास डेफिनेशन प्रूव हो गई कि रेशो कैसे सेम होती है. सो दिस इज़ ऑल द कॉन्सेप्ट अबाउट डायरेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन. सो आपकी बुक में भी सिमिलरली जो है वो टेबल नहीं है, बट method is the same. And yes, so try to solve this practice now one, okay? And best of luck. Allah Hafiz.